nose in it. I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas.
Everyone, it's the Nation of Podcation Daily Podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Hip hop superstar and G Unit member Tony Yayo talks about Sean Kingston and Sean Kingston's mom facing 20 years behind bars for scamming over $1 million in a fraud case. Now, as we all know, Sean Kingston in the early 2010s, he was one of the most sought out after rappers, most sought out after feature artists in a long time. A lot of folks was into his music. A lot of folks was into his style and all of that kind of stuff. And you know what happens, these folks, they get into, it's kind of like the same thing with Lil Meech. You get a nice lump sum of money, and then you start trying to show off, you start spending, you get used to spending all this money, and then it stops coming in or it starts to slow down. These artists get into debt, and then they start having to do other things. And it's kind of odd because a lot of these folks, they are too, I don't even know what the word is, but they don't want to go back to the regular life. They don't want to go back to getting a real job. They don't want to go back to, working at the store or a cell phone place or the Target or wherever they may have to work to start getting a bag. They want to still live that lifestyle. They still want to be that star that they've been. Now, I know that stuff comes with a heavy burden, heavy as a head that wears the crown. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be king, you got to be able to handle all of that stuff. But a lot of these rappers and stuff like Lil Meech blew all of the money on buying like $10,000 chrome heart jeans, buying all this expensive jewelry, buying all these expensive cars, and they don't know how to go back to the regular lifestyle. Well, we all know that Sean Kingston and his mom was caught up in this fraud case, and they are facing 20 years behind bars. To even get your mama tied up in a situation like that is wow. Well, anyway, Tony Yayo talks about how the industry does, folks, how the industry is, basically expects rappers to always be balling and always have money. And when that money stops, then you have to move differently. He tells how he moves. Let's take a look at this clip from Tony Yayo as he explains.
I mean, sometimes I feel like it's the pressure of the industry and keeping up with like the Joneses and, you got to get Richard Milles. And like, it goes back to the $10,000 jeans. And, I'm a real nigga. I don't feel like I need none of that shit like that. But there was a time in life where that's what it was all about. I got to get the Jacob watch. I need the chain. I need that. So you be trying to keep up with shit. I don't know if that's the case for him. And people just get caught up, spend money. And when you're a celebrity and you fucked up, right? What can you do? You can't just go get a regular job. You can't.
Sean wasn't fucked up like that. But then again, we don't know what his debts were.
Yeah, but right? What I'm saying is, look, you get caught up in the scamming or whatever it might be. One thing I learned is every artist don't need a big overhead. And what I mean is you could get a nice house, live simple, get a little bit of jewelry, get the cars you want, and be good. A lot of artists be in competition, as well as the streets. Niggas be in competition for other niggas and for bitches that don't give a fuck about them. That's one thing I realized, bro. Rather be in competition for other niggas in the streets that don't give a fuck about you or bitches that don't give a fuck about you. So for me, even if times came up hard, you could always do some shows. You might not get the same money. You might not get the same
do
clout.
Some features.
Yeah, do some features. Whatever gets
you
go
overseas where the money's a little higher.
Once you're high profile, you're on the radar. No matter what you do. They'll give you cars. The dealer will give you cars. It doesn't matter. But after the time when they don't get their paid they gonna fucking file that lawsuit.
All right, so there you have it. You got Tony Yayo telling the truth, spitting facts, and that goes to anybody, even regular folks out here. Stop doing stuff for folks that don't give a damn about you. These dudes out here don't give a damn about you. These bras don't give a damn about you. It's all just an opportunity. That's what they looking for. They looking for a way to come up. Whether the dudes want to rob you, whether the chicks is just trying to get with you for the night because they will sleep with you just because you look fly, because they think they can get a bag out of you, or you gonna spend some money on them, or you gonna buy bottles in the club and have them looking like celebrities for the night and all that kind of stuff. Just all of that stuff is all for show. These folks really don't care nothing about you. And you got to respect what Tony Yayo said, because it's all facts. These folks out here doing all this stuff. What do you need $10,000 pair of jeans for? For what? For who? For who? With $10,000 pair of jeans? Like, that's wild to me. Spending all this money just to impress other people when you can put that money in the bank and let it stack up? Because who's going to look out for you on your rainy day? Clearly wasn't nobody looking out for him. That's why he had to go to scamming. It's like all them broads you tricked off all that money on, all them dudes you was spending money on in the club, having them with bottles and stuff. Where the hell they at now? Where the hell they was at when you needed a loan or when you needed some money? Nowhere to be found. Crazy, crazy stuff. Nation, what do you think about Sean Kingston and Sean Kingston's mom getting themselves into $1 million fraud scam and maybe facing 20 years in prison? What do you think about Tony Yayo's comments? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you all hit that like and subscribe button on your way out.
In it. I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas at all.